I feel like certain people need to hear this. And to some of those people who are doing this, you know who you are. Stop it. Okay? I I had to go live and talk about this because I need to say that this is irrational. It's dumb. There's no reason to do it. And all you're doing is mistreating people. What I'm talking about, I came across a video the other day and I felt like I needed to talk about this because I felt like I'm taken aback by how bad the community treats these short and upcoming content creators. Speaking for myself, but not only myself, but other people around me, other content creators who are coming up short. Because that's what's going to happen in the beginning. You're going to come up short. You're not going to be the best composer or the best at whatever you're doing overnight. It takes time. I am directing this specifically to the audience that likes to write unnecessary comments. Very unnecessary. I'm not gonna say the name of who did this, but someone made a song, right? And I see in the comment section the person saying delete this and a bunch of people in the comments agreeing. No, I'm not trying to be all sweet this, sweet that, like, oh no, don't do that to him. I'm just trying to keep it raw. I'm keeping it like honest as possible. The bullying needs to stop. I gotta address the elephant in the room. It needs to stop because there's no reason that you need to go on your phone and say, oh, let me just bully this short and upcoming artist. Like, since he's already so low and like there's nothing he can currently do right now to get big. So let me just take him down before he even gets a chance. Stop. 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 Like, just stop. I need to say it now. Just stop. The bullying is unnecessary. All you're doing at that point, and you know who you are, to the crowd that might be seeing this, you know who you are. Stop. Because all you're really doing from there on is discouraging someone from moving up, from making what they're already doing better. So yeah, I need to address this because it's getting me upset now, and I'm looking at a community that's falling short or feeling like they have nothing in mind or like they don't have an idea what they want to do. And it's because the community, how we treat other people, right? These short and upcoming artists, I feel bad for them sometimes because I see the comment sections. I'm listening to something, I'm like, hey, this is pretty good. I scroll through the comment section, I see someone writing, oh, delete this. This is terrible. Or something like that. Stop. You know who you are. It's unnecessary. All you're doing is making room for disaster. Someone gives up on what they're doing, and then what? They just don't want to do it no more. So I feel like I needed to address it, right? And listen, y'all know who you are. If you're doing this right now, if you're picking on these short artists, stop it. Stop it. Because there's a community out there that wants to be big, that wants to learn from other. There's a community out there that wants to look at someone and say, "Oh, I want to do this." And so when you jump in and say, "Stop that, delete this. It's stupid. It sounds terrible." What are you doing? You're just picking on people for no reason, and now they don't want to do what they want to do, right? I just needed to address it because it's so unnecessary, and it really puts people in a situation where they don't want to they don't want to do anything. They don't see themselves doing anything special or outside the algorithm. Everybody says that you grow up, you get a job, you work. There are people who want to spark their creative outlet, and when you put them down like that, You put people in a position of failing. You get what I mean? I just feel like I needed to say it because, like, to some extent, I want to see this community grow. I want to see new artists, you know? There are some of these people that come up that I had no idea that they were that good, and then I hear their music for the first time, and it's like, whoa, who is this person? You know, I know creators who were like short, like they were coming up short, they had nothing, and now months later they got like subscribers that I wish I had. They got a community I wish I had. And I'm pretty sure all the other short content creators, they want the same. So listen, y'all know who you are. Stop it. Genuinely stop it. Because we all have a creative outlet in some way. We all want to do something. And when you put someone in a position where they have to tell themselves, okay, maybe what I'm doing, it's not worth it, then they don't want to do it no more. And then what? They're not going to want to do anything else, because then they're going to feel like they're talentless, like there's nothing they could do that people like. Right? We can't create a community that hates on other people who want to have a creative spark, right? I'm just saying, with the world we live in, we do not need more hate towards other people. And when we create a community like that, we can't expect to see newer people taking the throne, you know, like being a top artist, because guess what? You discourage them. So what are they going to do? They're just going to be like, oh, fuck what I'm doing. I mean, like, nobody cares what I do. Exactly. Thank you, Matt Miner, man. We need to respect each other. That's true. It's true. We need to respect each other. When we create a foundation for respect, we create this community that says, wow, this guy is really good at what he does. I should listen to him. And then in turn, you help the artist grow, become something even better. I know creators who were like down here. That's all they did. Rise to the occasion. Now I see them putting videos out every week, maybe every day. There are some streamers that do it every day. And they pull views. There's people that look at it and they be like, whoa, I like what I'm seeing. We want more of that, don't we? I mean, think about it. Corey Kenshin, probably one of my favorite streamers. Yes, shout out to him. He's one of the best streamers slash gamers slash the best content creator in the world. I'm gonna just say it right now. I didn't even know who he was before. The one video that I watched from him that got me to really like his content was that one shark game that I still can't wrap my head around. Subnautica? Subnautica? Is that the name of it? Subnautica. I think it's Subnautica. That's the only game I watched him. That was like a couple years ago. Ever since I watched that, I've been watching everything. Everything he did. And I'm pretty sure everybody else watches him. He has a lot of subscribers. He has a very great community who literally humbly wait his return. And when he returns, he has a community who's ready for him and say like, all right, we're ready to watch whatever you post. I'm sure so many other content creators want that. So don't lay out a foundation where you're telling the people, piss off. We don't want to see what you're doing. We're going to start short and we're going to come up big. A community full of hate is a community not worth diving into. And we get it. It's the internet. People are going to be like, oh, grow a pair, or put a helmet on, or I'm not your mommy. Like, I'm not going to carry you through this. Then stay shut. Don't say anything about it. Don't create that space. You don't gotta like someone's content. You don't even need to follow it. But stay shut about it, because your opinion's only gonna end up hurting somebody and stopping them from growing. Just keep it to yourself. You know? There's some stuff I don't really like watching. I stay shut. Don't comment on it. But I just absolutely despise when I see a comment section where there's people saying, like, oh, stop what you're doing. Delete this. Don't post anymore. This is garbage. Enough. Enough. You either support them or you don't. If you don't support them, stay shut. Keep it pushing. You do support them? Hey, welcome. It's as simple as that. Hatred is so unnecessary. You're going to be going through shit in the day. That's normal. We're people. We go through everything more than we want to. But that doesn't mean we take it out on the next person who simply wants to grow and hone his skills. Become better at what he does. Make a community who likes what he does or she does. So yeah, I'm speaking for all the short content creators and all the bullies here that like to pick on these people who just simply want good for themselves. For the bullies, stop doing it. Stop. If you feel like you absolutely need to bully people, get off the internet for a while. Take a walk. Take a hike. And when you're ready, come back to the internet. Because nobody needs that hatred. And then as for the short content creators, I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. You know, unfortunately, we're going to have people like that don't like what you're doing. You just keep it pushing. There's a whole community waiting for you that really would love to see what you're doing. And now I'll read the chat, because I know I'm kind of like ignoring stuff. You know, I just figured that like it did kind of piss me off, because it's just unnecessary. Let me see. What's everybody writing? I see a bunch of okays. Mukbang for us. No, possibly. I would say that they need to wear a helmet because life is hard. Life's hard, but it doesn't need to be harder. Dudes just gotta roll with the hate sometimes, but sometimes the hate shouldn't be dished. It shouldn't be dished. You know? That's the point. Sometimes you gotta really think, what is my comment gonna do to this person? It's not gonna help them. It's probably gonna harm them. You don't want to be a part of someone's story where they had to say, oh, there was this person who said this or that. So just stay shut. You don't like it, keep it pushing. Your comment's not gonna provide any value, you know? It's just gonna make you look stupid out of the whole crowd. Because if the artist gets big one day, he's probably not even gonna remember you. So it's like, what's the point of hating on him? I'm just saying. Everything's about respect and love, you know? The moment you lack it, everything looks grim. You start picking on people because that's the only thing that makes you feel better. And you really just look stupid, ultimately. You know? Let me see. It's Matthew T. I know it's you, bro. How you doing, man? Let me see. You're right. I'm learning something new, and I'm still in the bottom. Of course, you start in the bottom. You come up short, and then you finish strong. You know what I mean? I know that like 3 years ago, I wasn't making music the way that I make it now. Now I actually carefully craft each thing one step at a time, and I study the sound that I'm using before I put it in, and everything just blends so smoothly now. That wasn't me 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I just put whatever I thought worked, and then I just posted it. You know, that's really all it is. You come up short, you finish strong. Once you got that mindset, you're set. I will be responding to comments, by the way. So if you guys want to share any thoughts, want to give any feedback, feel free. But please, let's stop creating a community full of hate. Nobody likes a community that just hates on people or fiends on people, like telling them like you're not going to do anything significant. And you don't know if somebody else is saying that to them. So don't be a part of it. Because what if somebody else who's actually close to them, let's say, is saying that? There are families who completely downplay their children. They'd be like, "Oh, like you're not gonna do anything significant. You're just a useless child and stuff." So you contributing to that, you're just making it worse. There was a kid who was bothering me a lot in middle school. I told him to stop, and he kept bothering me every day. Years later, my friends told me the bully who bothered me is in jail because he did something stupid. Well, yeah, when you bully or when you're being mean, you set yourself up to do stupid shit that you know is only going to make everything worse. And ultimately, eventually, it's going to be worse for you, you know? Because you put yourself in that mindset that, like, the bad things you do is okay. And then that's when you get creative with those bad things. You see how you get away with bullying, and then you want to try to get away with other things. There are levels to that, too. There's like the little bad things, and then there's intense. It builds up, you know? Because, like, what if we were talking about murder, for example? Like, oh, I decided one day I want to get up and, like, hey, I want to kill somebody. That's not right, right? It's not. It's just unnecessary. And ultimately, it's evil. One set of evil, like just a little bit of evil, is enough to make you too creative with what you want to do with that evil. You want to hurt somebody? Eventually, you're going to want to hurt somebody in that context, you know? There's hurt and then there's hurt. Hurt, like the small comments, you're bullying people. And then there's hurt, where you decide to get even more creative. You want to physically punch someone or touch them, like bully them and stuff. Like full on bullying. It's just unnecessary. Learn to love people, y'all, because one day when y'all want to do something creative or spark an outlet in you, you don't want a community that's hating on you now. That's going to feel bad, right? But I can tell you right now, anybody who wants to bully me right now here, I guarantee you one day you're going to want to spark a creative outlet. You're not going to like when somebody walks up to you and says, stop what you're doing. So why do it to the other person? You got to think of it like that. So this is going to be advice for anybody who watches this stream later, for whatever reason. Listen, next time you see someone finally stepping out of the usual and trying something very new, maybe like art or even music, maybe songwriting, tell them you do that. That doesn't mean you gotta be on them 24/7, like saying like, oh, you did amazing, this is such a great job. That would be nice, but even just giving like a little bit of support, it helps. It comes a long way. Being unnecessarily rude, it's like that puts them in a position where they think what they're doing is not enough. And then they give up. And then when they give up, it's like, what more do they want to do? If that didn't work, what's to say the next thing isn't going to work? Maybe they decided they want to do music. People start bullying them in the community, say like, hey, stop what you're doing. Then what if they want to do art? They're going to be like, oh, hold up, maybe I'm not going to really be good at this. Let's stop creating a community of hate. Let's do better, y'all. The next time someone comes up short, or maybe they're not at their peak, as people like to call it, just be there. Say, just be patient. You're getting there. It's sounding good. Just something small like that goes a long way. And you'll see. Maybe that short creator you told to keep doing what he's doing, one day he's going to be like the top streamer. Everybody's going to be watching his streams, and then one day you pop up in one of his streams and he shouts you out and saying how great of a person you were. That's going to feel more better than the next person now telling you to stop doing what you're doing. You know? I know another short streamer who loves what I do, and we text pretty frequently. I, in a way, inspired him to do something creative. And you guys could do that too. But you can't really do that if you're being mean. I mean, you can, but get ready for a community to hate on you again. When people hear the bad things about you, they're not even going to care what you're doing. They're not even going to care to consider, like, is what he's doing even worth it? I mean, he's this and that. And then what? Eventually, we're going to have everybody just saying, like, what we're doing is not worth it. They're just going to give up. You know, maybe that's not the case for people that are making money off of what they do, because, you know, it's like a job to them. I don't like to look at YouTube as a job. I don't get paid for what I do, but I'll tell you one thing. I'm happy with what I do. And it's not fair that I'm the only one who could be so happy with what I do, and other content creators have to have this hate, this unnecessary hate, telling people to give up on what they're doing. Right? It's not fair that some people get all this love for what they do, and like there are people encouraging them, and then on the other end, those same people are now hating on this short creators and telling them to stop doing what they're doing because nobody likes it. I'm gonna say right now, I love you all. If you got something you want to do in the day, and this goes for the bullies too, you could change your heart. It's never too late. You know, you did something fucked up, apologize, move on. The best part about something is that today is gonna be the youngest you'll ever be. Sorry, let me read the chat. Sorry. Hey, how you doing, Lewis? How you doing? How you doing, Erlon? We're just talking about like trying to love the community. This goes for the bullies real quick. If y'all are bullying, it's never too late to change, but you gotta change. Stop hating on the short creators. Support them. Or if you're not gonna support them, leave. Don't say a word. Don't write those comments. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. All it's doing is showing someone that everything they do is pointless. When somebody walks up to me and they tell me, hey, check out this thing I did, I give my ear. Or if I'm too busy or if I got something going on, I don't say something so unnecessary. I'll either give my ear or I'll say, like, send it to me, I'll listen later. Or, like, send it to me, I'll see it later. Love people. Because you're people also. You're not an alien. You're not this out of the world thing that nobody knows. You're a person. And guess what? The person you're picking on is also a person. So, what's the point? Life is a very short thing. It's very short. Which is why we are all called to love. We were all set to love as he would. You know exactly who I'm talking about, by the way. If you don't, sorry. I'm not really going to get too religious with this. I'm just going to keep it brief. Jesus called us to love and forgive and to act accordingly. If we can't do that, we can't expect anything what we're doing to be good or for people to actually appreciate what we're doing because we can't even appreciate it. Right? I'll say that again in case nobody heard that. Listen, Jesus called us to love, forgive, repent, and most importantly, to act accordingly. That means no bullying, no hating someone. Let's love each other, all right? One step at a time. If you feel like you're hating everybody in the community for no reason, if you feel like you want to hurt someone verbally, get off the internet for a while. Take a walk. Learn about the world before you. Learn about the people before you. And then come back when you're ready. There are going to be people waiting for you. That's all I got to say, y'all. Listen, love yourself, take care of yourself. If you feel like you're going to do something bad, get off the internet for a while. Rest. Go out. Learn. Come back when you're ready. Support. That's all people need. Or if you're not going to support, leave. Let's do better. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Remember, life is very short. And within this life, you can do many things. Take care, y'all. I don't even know how to end a live here. Oh, hold on. Oh, this right here. All right, take care of yourselves, y'all. Love you all.